Hello, everyone. This is Roopa Sunku from Touch a Life Foundation, bringing to you yet another episode of the Mentor Loop. Today's topic that I'm going to discuss with you is what is inspirational leadership? To me, inspirational leadership is a definition of a leader who is energized, creating a sense of direction, purpose for the employees, and creating excitement and momentum for change and enjoyable work overall. It could also mean that this is a leader who strives towards compelling visions for the future, embracing and embodying organizational values in all aspects of their work. It could also mean that they offer clarity around goals and objectives, ensuring that the team is leading collaboratively towards a shared purpose. And often enough, the shared purpose is customer success and referenceability from the service or the product companies that you belong to. It also could mean that an inspirational leader looks and delivers the required resources, keeping them motivated and supported to grow and empower them with accountability to take responsibility and create their own success, and in turn, giving organizational success an opportunity. Some of the traits of an inspirational leader would be positivity, gratitude, curiosity, passion, integrity, tact, growth mindset, and inclusion. I would also add innovation along with getting the team to understand that direction is also another positive trait of an inspirational leader. So how do you develop some inspirational leadership skills within your team? The first thing I would say is get to know your team well. Develop some core values and make that common collaborative values that you could all build your careers as well as the organization in lockstep to that success factor or that success goal that you're looking for. Building trust amongst everybody that you work, be it internal, be it external, with customers and partners to be the same. Offer support to the organization, empowering them to be able to stay aligned and keep moving in the right direction. Taking responsibility and be that chokeable neck and taking the falls as well as the glories in the same stride would be an inspirational leader. And recognizing success and partnering to call those folks who have worked hard to be able to attribute the success with the team. So leaders can be inspirational for a multitude of reasons. I'd like to take you through a few of the leaders within my current corporation that have inspired me in multiple ways. I have a chief marketing officer within the organization who moves transactional status-oriented activities to innovative engagements, which makes me be very inspired with her thought process. Then if I take the executive VP within my organization, he believes in employee equity and connections and collaborations to be the key aspect of his focus. And that totally inspires me because I too believe that employee equity and trusting the employees working with you in the teams will deliver that ultimate goal of success. Head of my team is a strategist and he believes in the speed to market. He always brings in workforce transformation and wants to make sure that the customers are successful with providing the best strategies what the product can deliver. Then have another VP within the organization who has been recognized as the top CEO in the Forbes magazine. And his focus is all about market position and doesn't get involved with day-to-day operations and gives the people who can run the operations and can run the development organization to its success. And he focuses purely on the top level activity of market positioning. Then there is a technical leader within my organization who always brings in the expertise and keeps up with the changes of technologies within the various delivery mechanics in the industry and brings it in to cohesively blend that into our architecture and make our products successful. We also have an industry standard specialist within our support organization who transformed the business from the native on-premise model to that of the cloud support organization, keeping in mind that the customers only focus on the usage of the product and not worry about the maintenance or the hosting of the product itself. So each of these leaders, as I have shared with you, bring in a different facet to inspire their organizations. And you can see the difference within the development organization versus the marketing organization versus the technology end of the organization. And lastly, but not least, or most importantly, the support organization. So each leader brings the inspiration based on what their role is and what the organization requires to make their teams work most efficiently and create that referenceability and product consumption to the highest value. We can also look at people who inspire us from our day-to-day lives that actually influence the style and the core values that you carry as a leader as well. So it could be folks like within the family. My sister and sister-in-law in the family absolutely bring that inspiration and that mindset of being able to achieve their end goals become something that I relate to, and I want to replicate that within my own environment. There are multitudes of VPs that are all women that I look up to within my organization, within other organizations, and leaders within various other companies. These are all women for a purpose. And my inspiration comes from many of these women because I am able to relate to their success paths. I'm able to see them raise families and keep their work in lockstep as well. So you can choose your leaders or inspirations from around you and your ecosystem that matters to you. There are, again, definitely people who have influenced us as teachers within our schooling system, or maybe political figures or illustrious accolades around politics or the service within the global arena. So somebody like a Mother Teresa has definitely inspired me from a service value, or looking at the PMs that have come out, or the political leaders like Indira Gandhi, Margaret Thatcher, Benazir Bhutto, Queen Elizabeth, are all women that have changed the landscape for women and carved the positions for women in the world. So those are all inspirations that I have seen around me. And this makes me think about what is it that made it possible for these women to be successful, and can I adapt or enable those core values within my system to make me consider to be inspirational to the people around me or to my team at large. So I've built out the word achievers with some of the core values that I have gotten out of these leaders that I've just shared with you. A stands for accomplished, C for a can-do attitude, H for high energy, I for independent, E for ever learning, V for vivacious, E for empowering people around them, R for rising to the occasion, and lastly, S for achievers is a sense of pride with grit. So each of you should be able to prime your style with your core values aligned to the people who are around you in the industry, in the family, in the political arena, or famous personalities that could help carve out those values to be able to make you an inspiration, just like they have served to be an inspiration for you. Lastly, I want to talk about an inspiration leadership system that was written by Bain. So the belief of the Bain Inspiration Leadership System is about creating that inner resource of centeredness. Having the activities that are effective to prove in your space and make that automatically an inspiration to lead from and to adhere with. So, how do you kind of create this sense of centeredness is about following your core values and developing a structure around that. So, we talk about first settle process in your system of who you are, what you are. How do you do that? Balance your body, keep yourself to the ground, and breathe into the core. And then you can reflect back on what is it that made you stay firm and stay balanced. And that is to bring in a sense of notice, which is the physical expression of your emotions and the feelings that you generate from having that centeredness or that core being stabilized. And lastly, how do you shift it? You move back from your emotions, step up to neutralize your observations, and then choose some actions overall. So kind of developing that inner resource is by stress tolerance, emotional self-awareness, flexibility, independence, self-regard, self-actualization, and optimism. So those are all some of the inner resources that you work on and draw out of to be able to create that centeredness. Now, the second piece is about the collaboration and connection with others that brings you that centeredness. And that is to create an environment of vitality, humility, empathy, development, assertiveness, listening, expressiveness, and commonality. And kind of looking at you have built your core and centeredness around your core values. You look at the emotional aspects of connecting with others. Next is to be able to establish that tone so that you can formally communicate and structure your communications and your thoughts as a leader. And that comes from having a worldview, being open, being sharedly ambitious with that collaboration in mind. Follow through is super important, along with responsibility, unselfishness, recognition of who the people are that are taking you to the position or to those goals that you want to reach, keeping a balance of the tone that you are delivering all of these activities and messages around. Lastly, leading the team. That is, you have to have a vision, keep a focus, maintain harmony in your team, provide direction, empowerment, co-creation, the servanthood, and sponsorship. All of these characteristics, right from developing the inner resources, connecting with others, making sure you set the tone, and finally leading the team, you can definitely bring that centeredness with all of these values surrounding it to make that firm, convicted, directional focus for yourself and to be able to inspire people within your organization. So I hope you're able to draw out of some of these core values and mechanics or importance of collaboration, the tone and the togetherness of recognizing people and taking people along with you to that end goal to make that an inspirational experience for you and your team and inspiring other people to follow and be in your footsteps is something that an inspirational leader manages to achieve. Make sure that you tie back all of these inspirational characteristics or traits to that of your own, affiliate that to your inspirations in your life, and I'm sure you'll be able to see success in creating that momentum within your team or life at large. Thank you once again. And if you're interested in joining us with the Career Help program at Touch a Life, please do enroll and join us at touchalife.org/career help. And hope to see you soon. And thank you.